Good evening, everyone. It is your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. I am still working on my challenge. I have completed one for today so far, but hold up. I was coming up with ideas of how to present them. And my daughter came up with the idea of presenting them like roses. So we're going to see how that works. Right now I have two of them kind of rolled up like that. But I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the works. I know you don't understand what I'm saying. I have them set up like an assembly line. That one will be the next one finished. After that will be this one. After that will be this one. After that will be this one. And after that will be another one of these. So, yeah. I am still working. And I did promise you a crochet along. I'm fighting some demons a little bit, I'm going to be honest. Be real transparent. I'm not going to shed tears, I'm just going to tell you all that. I'm not going to be as visible. You might see me in more shorts as they only take up to 3 minutes to record. I have not forgotten the daily nuggets that just I'm struggling with some things. I am. Some decisions I have to make. But, as I told you before, with the washcloths, I'll say if you're a beginner or basic or newbie or novice, and what I'm doing is building my foundation row of 40 single crochets. It's amazing. Before I became a YouTube creator, content creator, I should say, I was so against building this foundation row. I could not make it look the way I wanted it to look. But watching videos and practicing has definitely helped. Please forgive my squinting. I don't know what's going on, but my eyesight seems to be going at a rapid rate. I think I told you all once before, when I opened my eyes all the way one day, everything was blur, and that's what I'm going through now, and have been going through it for a couple of weeks. Haven't really told anybody because you get tired of going through. You do. A week ago I blew out my right knee. My mobility has already been reduced, last measured by the doctor, up to like 83%. So walking from my room to the front door is a struggle. Anywhere I go outside of this apartment, I have to take my scooter, or preferably 2 canes. Went to vote today. I had to do curbside. You know, there are few moments in your life that you feel really proud and empowered. And I don't care how long or short the line is, but to stand in that line and get your little card, whatever card they choose to, whatever color it is they choose to give you that year, and step to the next table and get your ballot and go over to that individualized little booth. I call it a Superman telephone booth. And get to tell the world what you want. And then when you step out of that booth and go and slide your ballot in that counter, and they give you a little sticker off the road that says, I voted. It's just like, yeah. I did this for me. I did this for my children. I did this for my grandchildren. Even though my children are old enough to vote, still, I'm a mother, and that's how I look at it, you know? Because honestly, I think past us, I worry about the future of my children. I wonder if my grandchildren are going to take care of their mother when she gets older. You know, I look at the younger generations and they just don't seem to care. I'm coming back to everything, but I went into Walmart yesterday. First time I had been in there in a few days, because the last time I was in there I got like totally ticked. But when I went in there yesterday, I was looking for something in particular, and what I wanted was on the top shelf. I already told you I have to take my scooter. Now I'm in Walmart so much, they all that work over there know me. Even some of the customers know me when they see me because I'm over there so much. What I wanted was on the top shelf in the back. I asked another customer if they could see it. Was not going to ask this man who looked older than me to step up on this shelf and retrieve the cans that I wanted. I would never do that. But there was a worker right there on the aisle, and I asked her if she could possibly get them for me. She outright lied and said, it's empty, there are none there. I said, well, I had this gentleman to look for me, and there are some of the small cans. You don't have the 6-packs, but the smaller cans are up there, the single cans. And if I could just have what you have on the shelf. She said to me, well, I guess you can find you a long stick or a tall person to get it. You know, if I had done said something like that back in my day to an older person and somebody else was around, older, younger, doesn't matter, I'd have probably been busted in my face. I feel my blood pressure rising now just thinking about it. But this is where this generation stands. And they feel like you have to give them respect before they give you respect. But they don't give any respect, whether you give them respect or not, or not. First of all, I was a customer asking for assistance. Per this sentence they have plastered all across the bottom row because they don't like people stepping on that row. If you need assistance on the top shelf, please get an associate. That's what I did. Another thing about Walmart, it is Walmart's policy that if they come into within 10 feet of a guest, they're supposed to speak. Bet you didn't know that, did you? That's Walmart policy. How many times you been to Walmart and within 10 feet you pass an associate, maybe 20 of them? How many out of that 20 are going to speak? Maybe one. If you had a really good Walmart, you might get 4. But I can almost guarantee you, not all 20 of them are going to speak. I don't care what part of the country you're in. Unless they know you. It's sad. But back to not telling our family about my eyesight. Like I said, my knee blew out. And because of the limping that I have to do to get around the house, my left knee is just about shot now. Then when I went to vote tonight, when they were assisting me back in Nikki's truck, my daughter's truck, the lady said the worst thing she could have possibly said. But I felt her because I had to do the same thing. And I was already thinking it. I'm thinking, since April, I have deteriorated so much. I sit here and I smile and giggle and laugh with y'all, but if you could be with me for a 24-hour period, the lady said, I thanked her for helping me, and she said, oh, no problem. I had to do the same thing for my mother before she died. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, I had to do the same thing with mine before she died too. I get it. I understand that we all have to go, and it's not leaving here that bothers me. I don't know my ultimate fate. I know what I would like to feel like it is, which is why I try to do the right thing and I try to be a good person. But my definition of good may not be somebody else's definition of good. Is my honesty too honest? Is my reprimanding my grandkids when I tell them, no, you got to sit down for 10 minutes? Because I keep telling you over and over and over again, when it's nighttime, quiet. So then the second time they have to sit still, it's 20 minutes. And then the third time, oh, it's bedtime. I don't, there are no more shots after that. So, then the next time, or if you have to do it the next day, which I did it last night, and then I had to turn around and do it again tonight. It just, first of all, it solidifies what I said earlier. This younger generation does not care. They don't care. And then secondly of all, there was no 3 strikes, you're out. First time, yes. One more screw up, bedtime. Boom. That's it. Is it going to happen tomorrow? I'm pretty sure. Sure. Yeah. These alphas, Gen Z, Gen Y, all have it in their minds that they're going to get their way regardless. They're going to get theirs. Wow, that's 40 exactly. I hadn't counted till right then. Okay, so once you get your 40, I forget y'all can't see way up there. But once you get your 40, as much as I don't like to, at the end of a row, you're going to chain one. and turn your work. And someone said it, I think it was Miss C said it best. The way I turn my work, I turn it like turning the page on a book. I find I get neater edges regardless of what method I use. And then you go right in that top stitch and single crochet all the way back across. You're going to have 40 single crochets on rows 2 through 40. At the end of row 40, you're going to chain 1, tie your work off, weave your end in, and you got a washcloth. Now if you want, I will show you how I'm rolling the washcloth for right now. I don't even know if this is going to be the ultimate method, but all I'm doing for right now is folding them in half. Okay, then I'm making a peak with the inside piece. I don't want to totally close it, so I would say probably about a 3/4 of an inch peak in the middle. Turn it on its side. Of course it's gonna fall open because I want to show y'all. And you just roll it tight. Try to keep your bottom as even as possible. Okay, at the top, it's going to look like you got an opening and 2 little buds in the middle. If you fold that outer edge down, just fold it in. You can fold it down all the way if you want. And then what I'm doing is taking a string of the same color, probably about a 4-inch string, so you can tie it off. I am not clipping the ends of that string once I cut it, and I just tie it off in a simple boat knot at the bottom. And the plan from here is to use a paper towel tube or a toilet paper tube and the pipe cleaners from Dollar Tree. Use those. And you're just going to insert the pipe cleaner in the middle until you get your dozen. If I use the toilet paper one, I'm bringing my pipe cleaner all the way through, and I'm going to fold it on the outside. Decorate the outside of my my toilet paper holder with tissue paper, and I have glittered tissue paper that I use for wrapping things, so I'm going to decorate it with those. Get me a couple of stickers and stick up there. Cute little stickers. I got books and books of stickers now. I try to get stickers every time I go in the store like I do yarn, because I bought some more yarn today. Bam! And did. But I have 3 of these now, so as I get everybody's together, they will that's how their dozen washcloths are going to be presented to them. That was not my idea. My oldest daughter came up with that idea, and I was like, oh my goodness. The girl came up with an idea and did not use numbers. She's our mathematician. Yes. That's the math teacher of the family. Anything dealing with numbers, she can figure it out. But she sure got an idea with this one. She really did, and I like that idea. And we're going to do something with it to make it work. So with my little assembly line thing that I had going on, I'm stuck on 3s. I'm OCD. I'm very OCD. I'm truly OCD. I'm not a neat freak. There is a difference between a neat freak and OCD. And for those of you who thought it was the same, I'm glad I could enlighten you. Look it up. Look it up. It's frustrating to people with OCD when they know somebody who's a neat freak, but they're not OCD, And the first thing they cry is, you know, it's just me and my OCD. No, so you're not. That's almost like an insult to us. It's like a jab at us. You know, lots of times people with OCD are not neat freaks. They live in chaos. We live in chaos because our minds. OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. You have a compulsion to do things that you obsess over. I count by threes. I will start out counting 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 10. I have even told myself count by sevens. You know, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. And I mean, it all, as soon as I get to 35, then it's 42, 45, 48, 51, 54, 57, 60. You know, I don't care what angle I go from. 3 is that number to count by with me. I did not understand for a long time until I was diagnosed that that's what the problem was. When I do my crocheting, when I start a project, and I'm working hard on that now, I usually have to start it 5 times for it to be right. It can be perfect. I have gone all the way through a project and got it down to weaving in the ends and have frogged it because that was only my 3rd attempt. And it's to not fulfill the compulsion can cause panic attacks. It can cause a little bit of rage. You know, we get real defensive. And no, it's nothing that anybody did. It's just the universe is not right at that moment when that doesn't happen. And yeah, so when people cry OCD because they're neat freaks, and neat freak does not mean, there are very few people with OCD that are neat freaks. There are some. But generally, you can tell a person with OCD to clean your room, and instead of making the bed, vacuuming the floor, dusting off the furniture, they're going to go take a drawer out, and they're going to rearrange everything in that drawer. And if there's something in that drawer, a smaller component that has many things in it, they're going to go through that. And if there's something in that that's smaller, they're going to go to the most minute thing. And that's not what a neat freak does. No, I mean, they clean, don't get me wrong. And I love neat freaks. I love them. They're like the second part of me. I'm that kind that you tell me to clean. Look, prime example. I'm just going to give you a little taste. I'm going to say all that I can remember. Okay, the Boggy Creek blankets. There are 6 that are actually done and ready to go. But not quite. There are 4 that I can maybe pack away and say, nope, because I haven't washed them and dried them yet. And I have to wash them and dry them and refold them, and they have to be folded a certain way. If they are not folded that way, they cannot go into the bag to leave. I'm packing them by bag. I'm sending them by bag. I'm not using the box because the bag weighs less. I'm glad I got the runner for my dresser done. I'm just going to talk to you for about 3 minutes, the way my mind works. Glad I got the runner to my dresser done and the one on my nightstand, but I need to clean off my nightstand before I put that runner up there. And I really do need that runner because the remote control goes in there. And I wonder if I can go to the store and buy, I wish I could just go get another back to the remote, because all the remotes around here have no backs to them. That's because kids keep playing with them. And then we end up finding them like under the scooter, and when I get ready to leave, I'm rolling over remote controls, I'm running over toys. And we're telling them every day, please pick these toys up. We find toys everywhere, under the chair, under the table, under the sofa, under the TV. And there's these little bitty Legos, and I bought him, my grandson, Legos like 2 years ago for Christmas, and the whole pack is still packed away in there. And every time he goes in there to take a shower or go to the bathroom, he's always asking me, can he have his Legos? No, he can't have his Legos. But they don't know that I like Legos too. And for years, I would always ask for Legos on my birthday, and even now I have a fixation for Legos and what I want to build with them. So when I go to the store, I always run down the Lego aisle too, but I always run back to the yarn aisle because I am such a yarny. I am such a hooker. I have to crochet every day, and when I feel like I need to give my brain a break, I will pick up my phone and put a puzzle together on the phone. But it's not like sitting at the table putting one together. And I got a 2,000 piece out there at the table that I have started several times. And all the pieces are jumbled up. They are not like I laid them out. So I don't want to touch it now. Because, and to understand that concept is like washing dishes. I love washing dishes. I love putting dishes away. You know, I will be in pain washing dishes. But I've gotten to the point that I will wash dishes and I will not put them away, because when I take the time to put dishes away, I put them where they make the most sense for everybody. And when anybody else goes behind me and puts dishes up, they always put stuff in the wrong place. And it's frustrating to open the cabinet and know that the bowl is supposed to be sitting here, but now it's on the top shelf because everybody else in the house is taller than you. And they're forcing you to like go get this ladder and climb up here and get this bowl because that makes sense to them. I can't reach it up there, but I'm the one who eats cereal with milk in it. I don't do the dry cereal unless it's like the very last in the bottom of the the bottom of the bag. Which reminds me that I need to get some more cereal, and I think I want Pops this time. Do you see how my mind works? Do I look like I can stay focused long enough to make up a bed, vacuum the floor, and dust and call it a day? By the time I pull one corner of my sheet up, my mind is somewhere else. I'm thinking of things that I want to make. There are 5 beach blankets that I want to make. I have the yarn right now in my possession for 1, 2, 3, for 4 of them. Worked on the designs. I have since put the designs aside. I'll get to them when I get to them, because what I thought about is one of it. First I wanted all of them purple, but then I was just come up with different designs. So now when I look at the purple, I'm like, oh my god, that would make such a beautiful boggy creek blanket. And I would really love to give that purple to the kids, because it's all shades of purple. It goes like from the lightest lilac to the deepest, darkest purple. It's like so beautiful. And I never knew orange was so pretty, but I have worked with more orange here lately and it's just so fascinating looking at those 3 colors together, the 2 colors that make orange and orange. Those 3 colors together are really fascinating. They really, really are. You throw some hot pink in there or just a splash of teal. Yo. I want to calm my mind down. My daughter told me one time, she said, Mom, you got so much yarn in your bed. That's why you don't go to bed at night. No. I don't go to bed at night because there are a million thoughts that run across my mind before I can even close my eyes. And then the last thought that runs across my mind turns into a dream. And the dream is so freaking vivid. They're not all bad. They're not all bad. I'm not even going to sit here and say they're all bad. Some of them are very instructional. Some of them instructional, whatever. A lot of them are very inspiring. A lot of them just stroke my creative juices and just gives me ideas like, I wonder if I did this like the way I do a corner to corner. I don't do corner to corners like everybody else. I don't even think I can teach anybody to do corner to corners the way I do. And one of the blankets that I'm doing for Boggy Creek is a corner to corner. I think I showed y'all when I did another one. It's not as gappy as your normal corner to corner because I don't do the 6 chains. I do 4. I do 4 chains. This is the stop playing with me. Yeah, I do the 4 chains and I build a double crochet with the stackable singles and do 2 more, and then I go ahead on and I build that ladder going on up, and I do the same thing all the way. I build my double instead of that big gappy loopy. And don't get me wrong, it's beautiful when I see other people do it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Yes, it is, but to tell me to sit down and do it, it's not gorgeous. It just isn't. And I just came up with another idea about how I can do that. Told myself I wasn't going to do a granny square blanket for Boggy Creek. I got one over there, a granny square in a square, a granny square in a rectangle, another granny square with a whole bunch of granny squares. Please excuse me, because people don't know how to knock when they open the door. It doesn't matter that you have a closed door, they just walk right in. I'm sorry about that, guys. I forgot what I was saying, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. And when I am up here, you'll probably hear me talk less and see more crocheting, which is good, right? I would like to thank my 243 subscribers. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I do appreciate you. That means we have 257 to go, guys. I would like to become monetized. I am currently working on row number 4, and I'm going to put this one down when I finish row number 5, and I'm going to pick the first one back up, and because I have 6 started, I know it's going to sound crazy to you all, but it works for me and it keeps me from getting bored with it. But I'm going to do each one 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 until I finish 3 of them. And I'm going to keep that number 6 because as I finish one, I'm going to, well, no, I can't because I didn't get any more small. The first tail that I have when I start, I work it in. Please don't forget when you pop in to hit that thumb. Yay! It's free. I promise you. It only takes a second. And I would love it if you would watch the videos all the way through. I've been giving out tips on how to do that. You can click on somebody's playlist like just before you go to bed and just let it play through the night. Those watch hours count. They really do. And I pick someone every night. I try to pick a different person a night. But what I think I'm going to start doing next month is picking a person a month. And I'm also going to send shout outs to those channels that really don't have a lot of subscribers. You know, as I go in and check their content and kind of see, and then I can give you a little bit of, you know, who they are and what they do, and the fact that you might want to go check them out. You know, and I just think that's what we should do as a community, to just help build each other up. You know, I would like to ask you all to please send up lots of love and prayers for Mama Kayla. And if you want to know what's going on, go check out her channel. It's Llama Mama Kayla. And also keep Lisa from Happy to Hook in your prayers. She's going through a sinus infection right now. And let's just keep each other in prayer and lift it up. Or send good vibes, or happy jujus, all that good stuff. Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches did ask that we go to Mama Kayla's page and just love bomb her, you know. But like I was saying, I think starting next year, maybe in January, I don't know, maybe I'll start in December. I'm not sure. I'm counting December, even though I want to count December as the beginning of my fiscal year, because my birthday is in that month and it's at the beginning of the month, and it would be a little easier to keep up with my finances and things. So a lot of new ideas and things should be coming in December. I have a lot of kinks to work out. I'm trying to get those together now so that I won't be the end of the year trying to get things together. But then again, last year this time I didn't know if I was going to have a YouTube channel. It had been mentioned to me several times, and around this time last year I was practicing as to what I would say if I had one. My opening video, I'll never forget, my daughter came in my room and said, "You're talking too much." Oh boy. So then I had to scale that back, and then it seemed like I scaled it too much, because I went from what would have been a 30-minute video to a 3-minute video. I was, excuse me, yes. I love you.
I love you. Good night.
I love you too. Good night. You know, I allow them to come in, and the first thing they do is look at the camera. I will keep this page up because I look at YouTube on my TV, and I'll keep this up. And even though the camera is there, it's often not on. And they just come in. I can't even get a decent hug and kiss before bed because they want to be seen. don't remember what row I'm working on. Just picked it up and started crocheting. I know I had to do 6. I think this is 3. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's 2 or 3. But at any rate, I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. Don't forget to love on yourselves. That is the greatest love of all. Do something good for yourself. We got Thanksgiving coming up, you know. From this point forward, write down one thing a day that you're thankful for about yourself. Not about anybody else, just about you. You know, that we need to focus more on ourselves. Okay? Again, thank you for my subscribers. I do thank all of you. Please, 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 don't forget to hit the thumbs when you come in. Like I said, please don't forget to hit those like buttons when you come in. And if you want to know when I'm on, there's that little bell over beside the subscribe button. If you hit the one with the dimples, it'll let you know whenever I'm dropping new content. Also leave comments. I read and respond to all comments. I do. And yeah. Let's make this happen for all of us. I think I just did. I don't know, guys. What did I do? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I did do 4 rows. Yay! Real quick, what I plan to do tomorrow is run over to Walmart, because their peaches and cream will make one nice size washcloth. Number 1, it's 102 yards, and they're only $1.97. Yeah, that beats the 4 and change at Joann's. Go over and scoop a couple of those, and that'll give me 2 more to work with. I've got 2 spools so far. One is creamsicle, and I forgot the colorway of the one I just showed you. Kind of tore it in half. Panorama. Cute little specks in it. I like the purple ones, of course. And that's the creamsicle. Those are the 2 spools that I have. And the rest of them are the regular little balls. But I'm going to either get 1 more spool tomorrow and work from the 3 spools, or pick up maybe 3 or 4 small ones, because these 4 small ones will be done before I go to bed tonight. Yeah, when I do my short before going to bed, probably in about an hour, I will have at least 3 of them done. Yep. So, you guys rest. I'm going to be up long enough to get this video through. And I will see you guys on the flip side of the moon, where the sun is shining. Alright? I love you guys. Mwah. Peace.